Good morning, my dear students. As you know, we are in the chapter Types of Animals and Plants. We are discussing the animals with backbone. What are the animals with backbone called? They are called vertebrates. What are they called? They are called vertebrates. Animals which have backbone are called vertebrates. Mammals, birds, reptiles, amphibians, all these are animals with backbone. That means all these are vertebrates. In the previous classes, I have explained you mammals, birds and reptiles. Today we will discuss about another category of vertebrates, that is amphibians. But before that, I'll just give you a brief revision of reptiles that we discussed in the previous class. All of you know reptiles have hard, tough scales or shells on their body. They crawl on the ground and they reproduce by laying eggs. We read about different reptiles. We read about tortoises and turtles. We read about alligators, crocodiles. We also read about snakes. All these are reptiles. We discussed about the similarities and differences between turtles and tortoises, and we also read about the differences and similarities between alligators and crocodiles. We read about a few features of snakes. Now today we will discuss about amphibians. All of you know frogs are amphibians. Why are they called amphibians? Because they can live on both the places. They can live on land as well as in water. Amphibians, they can live on both the places. They can live in water as well as on land. So for living in both the places, their body is made in such a way that they can live easily in both the places. Let's know the features of amphibians. The amphibians live in water when they are babies. Most of the amphibians, when they are babies, they live in water. All of you know frogs lay eggs, and the babies of frogs, they are called tadpoles, and they live in water that time. They look like fish. They have gills, they have tails, so that they can live in water. But as they grow up, they develop lungs and legs so that they can live on land also. In this way, they are able to live in water and on land. They have gills and tails to live in water. So the amphibians, when they have to live in water, they use their gills and tails. When they are babies, they live in water, and at that time they have gills and tails. But when these amphibians, they grow, they develop lungs and legs. All of you know lungs and legs are present in body so that we can live on the land. So these amphibians, when they grow up, they develop the lungs and legs so that they can live on land as well. Now amphibians have, what type of skin do they have? They have thin, moist and scaleless skin. Scaleless skin means they do not have scales on their skin. Their bodies are shiny. Now frogs and salamanders, these two are amphibians. When the frogs are small, when they are babies, they are called tadpoles. You may have read about the life cycle of a frog in class 4. So these tadpoles, when they live in water like fish. But when they grow up, what happens? They develop lungs and legs. So the hind legs, the frogs use their hind legs to leap on the land. All of you have seen a frog leaping on the land. How do they leap on the land? Means they leap on the land with the help of their hind legs. And when they have to go in water, you may have seen the webbed feet. The webbed feet look somehow like this. So they have a webbed feet so that they can swim easily in water. Now what is the feature of salamander? Salamanders, they look like lizards, and the feature of salamanders is that they can regrow lost limbs. If a toe or a tail is cut from the body, the salamander develops them within a couple of weeks or a few days. So this is the feature of salamanders, that they can regrow the lost limbs like tails and toes. As you can see on page number 44, there is a fact file. Some amphibians become inactive under unfavorable condition. Inactive means when they are not at all active, means they become dull. Why do they become dull? Because the climate which is outside does not suit them. So in that condition, they become dull, they become inactive, and they remain inactive for a long period. And when this period of inactivity occurs during hot weather, it is called aestivation. What is it called? It is called aestivation. Aestivation. This is called aestivation, when the period of inactivity of amphibians during hot and dry weather. It is called aestivation, and the opposite of aestivation is hibernation. Means the period of inactivity during cold weather. Some of the animals, they go for a long sleep during winter. That means they hibernate during winter. So some of the amphibians, they hibernate during winter season, and some of the amphibians, and they also aestivate during hot and dry weather. I hope the features of amphibians are clear to you. All of you, please go through the video once again and give a reading to the chapter till I have explained you, and please finish the worksheet neatly in your notebook. Thank you and have a nice day.